Hi, folks. I want to say a few words about the concept of positive and negative polarity uh, of bodies in the 3D Experience platform, uh, which has the Catia V5, actually Catia V6, as its main embedded CAD application. Now, I have a similar video for Catia V5, and this is specifically geared to the 3D experience interface. So, to explain this business of positive and negative polarity, which is inherited from CATIA, I have created here a part body, a body which obviously, as its part body, it has this pad, the big block, and then it has a cylindrical one, which is part body two, and it's actually a pad. And then I have a body three, which is a pocket. It's interesting that the pocket actually, when you create a body from a pocket, it actually creates it as a material. That this body two, which is a pad, has a plus sign here, which means it has a positive polarity, and this body three, which is actually a pocket, has a minus sign, which means it has a negative polarity. So I want to show you what happens when you actually go ahead and assemble these two things, the pocket and the pad, into the part body, and what happens when you add them and remove them. Okay, so the best thing to do is to go through the example that you want to do. Dimensions are totally irrelevant here. So I'm going to create in my part body, I'm going to create a rectangle and then pad it right there, exit, and pad it by some height. Okay, that's fine. Now, notice that the part body is created, was created, and now it has a pattern. Now, I'm going to insert in this 3D shape right there, in this 3D shape, right click. You go all the way down, and then you can see that you can add bodies. So I'm going to add a body 2 right there. And while I'm at it, let's go ahead and do body 3 here. So right click, all the way down, another body number 3. And before I do anything, once you create you create these bodies, they all have positive polarity. But depending on what you do with them, in other words, if you made a pad or a rib or a shaft, then this plus sign remains as plus. But if you do a pocket, a groove, or a slotted rib, then this positive polarity becomes negative. Let's go ahead and do the first of all the pad that you want to do. I want to do it in body two. Right click, define in work object. So whatever I do is going to go into body two now. So on a convenient plane, on that horizontal plane, I will sketch, and I'm going to draw my circle here. The dimension doesn't matter. Exit, and then pad it. I'll make it 50 in each direction, symmetrically, so that we can see it right there. And then I'm done with this body two. This is a pad. And then I go to body three, right click, in work object, define in work object. And then I go and sketch on the XY plane. I sketch a rectangle right there. For example, something like that. Exit and pocket it. As you see, right now it says plus, body three is plus. But as soon as I say pocket, the sketch, it turns this plus into a minus. You can see that. And I'm going to do it symmetrically. So there we are. So we have the part body, which is this big pad, this big block. We have a body two, which is the cylinder. And then we have a body three, which is that pocket. So the Boolean operation is right there. You can see the Boolean operation is here. Assemble, add, remove, intersect, etc. And these are all coming from basically Catia program. If I assemble, all right, let's assemble. I'm going to assemble this body 2. Now, as soon as you select body 2, it's going to try to assemble it to the next body. Next body happens to be body 3, but I don't want that. I want to assemble it to part body. So I can, instead of body 3 that is taken by default, which is immediately after what I picked, I'm going to select body, part body. And if I say OK, notice that now this body 2 is assembled into part body. That dark line, black line here indicates that. I don't have it here. Let me do it again. Assemble. This time I'm going to select body 3. As soon as I select body 3, it assembles it to the next body, but there is no next body. So it goes up and it does it to the part body, assembles it to the part body. And then you say, okay, notice that it removes the material. That's because the polarity of that body 3 when I assembled was negative. So let me go ahead and do the kind of add operation. Let me undo these. So Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Okay, we're back to square one. Now, instead of assembling, I'm going to say add. Once again, body 2, not to body 3, but to the part body. And then I say, okay, so that did the same thing. Assembling this into that part body is not any different from adding it to the part body. Okay, now let's do for example add again. Add body 3. Now body 3 has a negative polarity. One might think that when I add something with negative polarity to the next body, which is part body, it's going to remove material. But that's not going to happen. Control Z. Okay, let's not go ahead and add it. Let's go and remove this instead. So here's remove body 3 from the next body, which is part body. Now it's going to remove. So it really boils down to this slide. When you do assembly, polarity matters. That needs an end here. But when you do add or remove, polarity doesn't matter. It's just whether you're adding or removing that makes a difference. And yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Good luck.